Hello class, good morning. And today we are going to see the further work on the table. Already in a previous class we have seen how we will create a table now. And we have seen how to define the constraint. Now we are going to see how we will define the primary key constraint, how we will define the default values, how we will define the not null, these are all things inside the table, and how we will define the foreign key inside the table. So here I'm going to create one database, database, and I have taken here, suppose I'm going to make a database of LFS school. So I have made here. Now I have to use it to use LFS school. Already we are knowing if we want to see how many tables are there, we have to write show tables command. So in the show tables, there is no any tables, that's why it is showing empty set. So here, first table I want to create here about the student. So in that we are going to define ID, integer. We are going to define it is a not null, and we have to make this key as a what? Primary key. Primary key we can make by the two ways. Either in front of the column you may write here primary key. Otherwise you can do one more thing I will tell you, and I'm going to define here f name 50, and here it is also not containing null value, and we are going to write here by default here it may contain what? Student name. That is a default value. Default value means if the user will not enter the value for the f name, which value will automatically enter? Student name. So if you want to give the default value, you can give like that. Write the keyword default, and then after in the single inverted comma the value that you have to write. If the values are numeric, no need to write in a single inverted comma, you can write directly. If the values are string, you have to write in a single inverted comma. Then here I am defining a name char 50 here. Simple. Suppose if we want to make a word by two letter, I want to define like a student address. So I will not write like that. If I am writing like that, it may create problem during the querying accessing. So what I will do? If there is a two words, I will correct both word with the help of underscore instead of space. So here student address I can write like that. So here no problem if I have not used the prefix st for everyone, so every columns I will not use. The maximum size of the character you can give here what? 250. If you will crossing more, it will show the error. So maximum how much value you can pass here? 250. So here I am giving 200 character, and then comma I have to define here key how many columns will treat like a primary key. So we have to make one primary key functions. In that I have to write the name of the columns that has to be treated as a primary key. So in that I have only ID, so I will write ID, enter. So anywhere I have done mistake, so here I have done mistake, so once again I will go, and here I will use the prefix student ID integer. It will not contain not null value, comma student f name. It will also not contain not null, but it has a default value. And what is your default value? I have to write here student f name, comma we have a student and name. It has to be like a char 50. ये एक बार और एरर देगा ये. Yeah, again I have to create because I forgot the create table student, and here I have to write a student ID. I already told if you have two words you have to connect with the underscore. No need to write like that. With the space, no need to write. It will show the error. So here what I will give, I will use student one word, underscore another word ID. If you have another word, all the words you have to connect with the underscore. Don't use space between the names. Given here int and it is a not null, so here not null. Then I have a student f name. It will contain maximum 50 character. It will also not contain the null value. And here the default value, it must be used here what? Student f name. So if you want to define the default value, you can write here default keyword, and after that you have to write in a single inverted comma the default values. Then here a student name, again we are defining the size here. Then here student contact number, it also defined in here this way. Later on what I will do, I will write here primary key, and in that how many columns we have to make to treat as a primary key. I will write here name of the column. I have only one column, so I will write here student ID. If we have a more than one column, comma, I will write the name of the further columns that we want to treat like a primary key. Closed, and this one, look here. Your query is, your table is created. If you will write here now show tables, it will show that there is one table. If you want to see the structure, you have to write describe student. Okay, clear now. So in that we have seen how we will define the not null constraint. We are defining how we will define the default values. Now we are going to make one table. Create table admission. Create table admission. And in this admission table, we have to make the first column registrations like a integer, and it will not null, and it will be the primary key. So I can define the primary key also like that. Clear? Other you may use the primary key like that. In the last you have to write primary key in the bracket name of the columns that we are going to make a primary key, this one. Otherwise you can define in front of the column also, this will treat as a primary key. And then here and then here we have to define here foreign key. So how we will define the foreign key? For that, rules are there, and what are rules I will show you. And registration number, then we have to write the student ID also, and then we have to get here registration date, then date, comma. We are going to make one more field, so I will write here student ID integer, and then after I will write here foreign key functions. Foreign key functions. In the foreign key, which one I have to make student ID, and then after I will give the references. References spelling you see references, references, and the name of the table. So from which one I have to take? From the student, and what is the field? Student ID. Clear? Now you write here show tables. It will show the two tables are there. If you will write describe admissions, look here. It is given here multi. Yeah, we have left one thing here on delete cascade, and that's why it is showing multiple dependencies are there. Clear? So if you want, when you delete the record from the student table, the admission table record will automatically deleted. So if you want, so you have to do like that. Create table. Again, I have to create admission 2, and in that we have to write here registration ID, it is INT. Then we have to write here registration date, which day you have taken the admission, date, comma. I have to use the student ID, integer, comma, and then I have to write here foreign key functions. In the foreign key, I have to write here student ID, and then I have to write from which table it is connected, so references. And then here the name of the table from where the dependency will there, so we are creating from a student, and we have to write here student ID. And then after we have to write on delete cascade on update cascade. Some mistakes we have done. And here itself we have to write on delete delete delete, and we have to write here cascade on update. We have to write here what cascade with space this one on. So if you write here describe, yeah, you want to show here show tables. Clear, two tables are created. We will see later why the on cascade it is showing the error. So thank you class, today only that much. We how we will see that one is given here.